As an animal justice activist, I'm against all forms of oppression, all forms of violence, and especially military and colonial occupation and violence. And this is not specific to Palestine, and of course Palestine is an urgent and ongoing issue, but also on Turtle Island, across Turtle Island, military occupation is a crime. It's a violence that's ongoing. People are still being affected in Hawaii and in Okinawa and South Korea. This is a global imperialism funded by the United States and all the Western powers. And if you look at animal industry and the expansion of violence against non-human animals, it's tied with global imperial and colonial powers. So I hope that other animal justice activists see this connection and speak up against all forms of colonial and military violence.
Speaking up for the people of Palestine is important to me because it's important to speak up for and stand with anyone who is suffering. So for the same reasons, I have devoted my career and much of my personal life to being in solidarity with non-human animals. I feel the same way about people who are being victimized everywhere, and I would encourage everyone in the animal rights movement who has been silent so far to consider changing that now. There's still time to speak up for animals and non-human animals who are suffering.
Being asked why I care about Palestine is, I think, like asking any vegan why they care about animals. It's both the most unexplainable thing in the world, and it's also the easiest to say, which is I care about ending suffering, I care about ending oppression, and I care about moral consistency. And I don't know what to say if I have to explain why I care about those things, but I think if you care about those things, then caring about Palestinians is top of mind, especially right now. But I think I've also been reflecting how I really only was more active in my solidarity since after last fall, and this has been going on for over 70 years. And the reason why things have spilled over to this extent is because, you know, people like me have been apathetic until now, and I think that really has to change. And Jewish safety and Palestinian liberation are intertwined, and we have to make sure that we're not funding, at least with our, especially with our own tax dollars, any more of this oppression for both of those ends.
Being here today is really important. It's important for us to be able to show our communities, to show our Palestinian siblings that we are in community with them. As vegans, as folks in this animal rights and food advocacy world, we can't pick and choose when we want to show support, when we want to care. It's all about collective care. It's all about collective liberation. And I think that we have to show up to these movements in the best way that we can, with care, with love, with support, but also never giving up. It's just truly important to show the world that we are not okay with this. The same way that we care for animals, the same way that we care for other humans, we need to absolutely prioritize our Palestinian community and our community in Sudan and Congo and so many places in the world that are being affected by this capitalism and just this horrible white supremacy world that we live in. So yeah, we're here today to show solidarity, to show that we care, and we're not going to stop. It's going to keep going.
Seeing the mass slaughter of innocent people is what inspired me to become a vegan in the first place. And I don't know how I could look myself in the mirror if I wasn't standing against this genocide and all genocides that are happening.
Free Palestine. Nobody should be oppressed and exploited and abused. But to kill people, to occupy their land, to steal their land, to bomb them, to kill them, it's wrong. I believe that all sentient beings should be free. I believe that our sister, brother, animal family are there to live their lives. And our history as humans have been, starting with hunting, veering off from compassionate herbivores, gentle beings. And I'm about reversing that completely, a whole paradigm shift. And so I'm working day and night, every moment, to free and liberate our sister, brother, animal family, our kin, And it all relates. It's all part. It's about ending wars, exploitation, racism, sexism, ageism, nativism, any abuse, any othering. Oh, you look different, so I can exploit and abuse you like an animal used for property? No. And that's why I'm so enraged. I have to say it, I'm enraged, angered, pained, frightened about what's happening in Gaza and the West Bank and the Darfur and Sudan and Ukraine, all over the world. Like, killing? No. And it has to end. I'm not sure how we as a human species right now can stop it, except and with protesting with all our heart and mind and soul and strength. And that's what I'm doing. And speaking out, no matter who to whom. Everybody needs to hear or maybe just know this seed, that I am for the liberation of the Palestinian people and all oppressed people all around the world. I don't care what country, but killing 35,000 at this point, I don't know when this will be shown, but tens of thousands of people, thousands of children, 75% killed, women and children. It's wrong. Starving people, denying them food and water and electricity and internet, denying access to other people to get that in, killing, targeting journalists, targeting people with medical skills, bombing hospitals, bombing schools, destroying a whole, or trying to destroy a whole culture. It's wrong, and we protest it, and we're angry. As animal, human, I call it humanimal liberationists, because it's one struggle, many fronts, many fights. And we will win, we are winning, because it's about the heart. It's about justice. It's about truth. And you can't kill truth. You can kill a revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution.